and we're going to be moving into our next discussion.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's great. Oh my God.
Just one audio. You don't have duplicating audio fighting right now.
No, right now it's fine.
We figured it out, Alex. High five, sir. Put your hand up to the screen right now. There you go. Boom. We did it. All right. So let's get into our conversation here today. And we're here in our LinkedIn Live-a-thon for Job Seekers event. And Alex, I'm trying to remember how you came to me. Was it someone suggesting? Or
no, you made an incredible presentation for David Schuckman in Princeton, New Jersey. And I so much liked the way you conducted it and the content, and you smile and how you're able to connect with people. And I said, I need to connect with this lady. And we did. Wonderful. And not only that, but similar to other speakers, I have your...
Yay!
Absolutely. And similar to Diane, I also happen to have a personal picture with Dr. Ruth.
Oh, you do? Small world. Look at that. Something coming there.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Brenda, how am I going to share my external screen?
Sure. So what we're going to do, Alex, in the bottom of your StreamYard, you should see a share button. So click on the share button, and that will share your screen. And then I'm like the meeting moderator, so I have to give you share privileges. So once it appears in the share area, then I will click on approve it, and then it will pull up on screen, and then you can navigate through your slides.
Okay, so select window screen. Okay, how do I find the screen that I need to select?
So just if you could, if you share your screen, I'm trying to think of how I do this on mine. If I click on...
Okay, I say share. Okay, I click on the share.
Yep.
It's not a video file, it's a share screen, right?
That's okay. So go ahead and click on share screen, and then navigate to your PowerPoint deck or whatever it is that you're showing. I hope you guys don't mind I'm walking Alex through this while you're watching. I'm sure you don't mind, but give us just a second. We'll get it there, Alex.
Okay, so it's a screen sharing easiest with two monitors. Share screen.
That's okay. Just click on the first screen.
Share screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
Not yet. Did you click on share it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not seeing it yet. So when I click on share screen, and then it says click on share screen, and then it asks me, what do I want to share? Your entire screen, application window, or Chrome tab. Are you seeing that?
No.
Okay. So click on share. When you click on share screen, what are you seeing? If somebody says you have to tap on the PowerPoint. So click and tap on the PowerPoint.
Okay, very well. Okay. So let me go to the PowerPoint. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
No, that's okay. And guys, we want to work through this. We are in a technology world right now where this is the way that we're communicating. And if you ever had something like this happen in a job interview, somebody might say, we want to see a project. Can you share your screen? You know, I mean, if you can, try to practice beforehand with a friend. But if not, in the middle of an interview, you know, just work through it. You know, try to like we're doing right now. We'll work through the issue. Just let me know what you can see on screen, Alex, and then I'll have to guide you through pulling that out.
I have the external screen shows my slides.
Okay.
On my big screen, I see you and several other windows. For example, will you allow StreamYard to see your screen? I say allow.
Yes, but there you go. Okay.
It doesn't allow me. It says not now. I don't know why.
Alex, so we got two routes we can do because we're at 12:40 and we've got another person coming in the room at 1 o'clock. So we could either proceed without your slide deck, or do you want to email me your slide deck and I could share it for you? It's up to you.
Yes. How about if I send that to you?
Okay, go ahead and do that. And I'll let you navigate behind there and pull it up. And while we're waiting for that to come through, guys, I'm just going to ask for, you know, anybody who's watching here today, do you have any questions for Alex about video interviewing, or do you have tips on video interviewing? Feel free to pull your comments up on screen. And while we're waiting for those to come up, I am going to, you know, don't mind at all, rather endearing. This happens to all of us, right? I mean, everyone has probably had a Zoom hiccup at one point or another. Tracy, I do in fact have superpowers, mainly fueled by caffeine. This is a mug that my husband got me for Valentine's Day, pink. I love it. But part of my superpowers is I smooth things out. I remember growing up, being the middle of three children. My mom used to say I had the ability to be a good mediator between my older sister and younger sister who would bicker back and forth a lot, and just kind of leveling things out. And maybe it's just a nice skill to have over time throughout my career, because when you are emceeing an event, the unexpected will happen, just like it does occasionally happen when you're in a Zoom interview, right? And yeah, we just all good, no worries. That's the mindset. Going to Diane's talk earlier, you have to grab that mindset and be in there, because yes, Mia, we have all been there, haven't we? And it's just sometimes the side effect of technology. Sometimes it's not us, it's the technology. And I'm noticing I have the slide deck in the background, Alex. So I'm vamping. I could be on a talk show, don't you guys think? I could do my own talk show. What do you think, Alex? I could do one probably, right? In the background?
Absolutely, yeah. So if you can put up my slides, and I will tell you when to move on. I will move very fast. It's very colorful. And can people hear me? I assume the answer is yes.
Yep, we can hear you perfectly. And I'm just loading the slide deck in the background, and I just enabled it in my background, and now I'm going to push it up on screen. I'm telling you guys what I'm doing as I'm going through the steps to fill the space a little bit. And I do want to have a little bit of white space in our talk, but I also don't want people to drop off. Don't go away, you guys. We're going to figure this out. So I'm going to click now on share. Alex, I believe you can see it up on screen now, right?
Yeah, that's fine. You want to show only the big one, not the
How's
detail.
That?
No, we still see both.
Still seeing both. Oh, let me go back to StreamYard. Now I've got to go back in here, and I've got to click on, let's see, my screen that is showing. Let me stop sharing. We're going to figure this out. We're going to probably have to cut a little bit of content out. Unfortunately, Alex, I apologize.
Yeah, that's fine. I will go very fast. Just go back. Okay, keep going. Fine. Okay, so again, this is an important presentation. Why? Because it's very likely we will have an interview that it's likely to be via video. Okay, can you move the slide, Brenda?
You know what? It's not loading in the Google, so let me just pull it up in PowerPoint instead.
Okay, good. Okay, go to the next one. Okay, so there are two types of video. On this left side, basically there is an interview with the human. It might be one person, it might be more than one person, but look what's happening on the right-hand side. You're going to be invited to make a video interview with a computer. There's no person. Go to the next slide.
Let me pull us back in here. Okay.
Okay, this is what will happen. The team will review all the videos that have been created, and you can give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. Probably those that have 5 stars, they will be invited back for perhaps for further interviews. Go to the next slide. And this is really the big picture here. The picture is there is a beautiful lady in her wedding gown, and who is the best fit for me, she's asking. And actually, there are several people that want her attention. Go to the next slide. So, as a candidate, which one of the following is most important in the interview? What do you have to do? Do you have to charm, inspire, sway, impress, pressure, convenience, sell? No, you have to influence. Let's talk about the definition of influence. Influence is having an effect on the person's behavior. And I'm going to talk about 3 ways to influence in a video interview. There are more. I'm going to focus on 3. The first one is the rational. And when we talk about rational influence, we talk about the skills. Skills is what brings you into the interview. Your title is very important. You were a senior vice president in the corporation. You have an advanced degree from an Ivy League school. Your past employers are Google, Honeywell, and GE, and you have lots of accomplishments. These are rational. The next one is the emotional influence. Now, yes, you have a brand. It's very important the culture you came from. You do have a reputation. Hopefully, you also have prestige. You are an authority because you supervise lots of people and you have a lot of power. There is a perception about you before you step into the interview. And you know what? Even religion may be something that will influence them. And the last one is the behavioral influence. Handshake, well, not today. Probably we are bumping elbows, but your looks definitely matters. The way you dress, absolutely. Yes, your age has something to do with how you influence them. And of course, your communication style and your body language. So my question to you is this: which of these three influences is the most prevalent? I say it is the heavily on emotions. We make emotional decisions. How are the hiring decisions made? Well, more on what they see than what they hear. We are absorbing so much more through our eyes than through our ear. It was mentioned before. So here is Professor Morabian. He is a UCLA professor emeritus. He said that 55% of communication has to do with body language, only 38% with the voice, and only 7% with the words you say. And here are an example. For example, these are emotional decisions. Fear. If I'm not making a decision now, I'm toast. This guy is pushed by his boss to make a quick decision. Envy. If I don't make a decision now, my competition will win. This guy is interviewing the lady. She's very much in demand. If he's not making a decision, somebody else will. Pride. If I don't make a decision now, I will look smart. Okay, so what do you do in a video interview? You must establish emotional connection. Very, very important. It's easy to build rapport with people you like. You engage, you smile, good. So let's focus on the body language in a video interview. If you look for this picture, there are 5 people there. And if I'm asking you to write a paragraph of every single one of them, undoubtedly you can. These people just sit there. But just by looking at them, their body language, their facial expression talks to you. Okay, so what is this guy thinking? What's he thinking? I'm not sure if this is going to work out. What is she thinking? Oh no, I'm not good enough for this job. What's she communicating here? This is shocking. Look at her facial expression. Very important slide here. Where is the focus when you're interviewing? And this is where we have a big problem, because when you are the candidate and you go in for an interview, your head is focusing on content. They are looking at you. So you focus on content, they are looking at you. There is a point here. The problem is you need to focus not only on what you say, but what they see. In a stressful situation, or behavior is a reaction to something said. Examples are frowning or looking away. Look, I can tell you this, these ladies are not looking the way they look because they're bored. Something happened before that. Compressed lips indicate that someone is in trouble. I don't need to explain that to you. You understand exactly what's happening here. He said, damn it, I made a mistake. Yeah, that's fine. Go back. Go ahead. Okay. Staring at a person makes it uncomfortable. You don't want this to happen to you. You don't want to do this to anyone else. Signs of insecurity and nervousness. You don't even pay attention, but you're kind of do something like this, they know you're nervous. Okay, so what the meaning here? And here with my little sense of humor, I want to differentiate men from women. Men may interpret this differently than women. Yeah, this is what it means. I'm not sure. There's nothing romantic or whatever based on this facial expression. If possible, sit squarely facing the monitor. If you sit sideways or anything different, you want to face the monitor. If panel interview, don't move your head in the middle of the sentence. Talk to one person at a time. And I guarantee you guys, before COVID, you used to go out to a restaurant. You sit at the table, 6 people. And when you talk, I absolutely guarantee you, your head is moving all the time. Don't do that, because if you move your head, you're not focusing on anyone. Now, looking in the sky is a sign that you're searching for an answer. You do this in an interview via video, they know exactly you don't have the answer. So what not to do in a job interview? Appear unprepared. They can tell if you're not prepared, it takes 1 minute, less than a minute, and they can tell this guy hasn't prepared. Don't recite your resume. They called you in because they have your resume. Don't go over it in details because they may not have a patient to sit through the entire thing. Don't share your life story. Do that later. Right now, when they say, tell me about yourself, get to the point. Talk about anything that may seem irrelevant. You know, if you have a sense of humor, that's wonderful. But you know what? Be very careful how you use it. You may get in mud. Don't be long-winded. You never know how long the person listening to you, how much patience they have. And these are all my slides. I went through it very, very fast because I wanted to leave as much time for questions and answers.
That was wonderful, Alex. We recovered, sir. We got it through it, right? And we still have time.
With your help, with your help.
There we go, right? We just keep our cool heads and we keep moving along here. So if you're joining us a little bit late here today, we're here with Alex talking about how to build rapport in a video interview. And I want to encourage the audience, if you have any questions or tips about video interviewing, to drop those into comments right now, and I'm going to pull those up on screen. And I see one question came in from Lisa here, Alex, and Lisa's asking, how can you pick up on body language in an interview or in video if you're looking at just one person? What's your advice for Lisa?
Well, look, we know very well how to read somebody's body language. And by the way, we learned it very, very early on in our lives. Actually, again, with my sense of humor, I'm asking people, how early, at what early age we learn how to read somebody else's body language? And here is my answer. 20 minutes after you're born. You know how I know? I know 20 minutes after you were born, you could communicate through your body language to your mom that you're hungry. Or later on, when your diapers were full, I am certain you could communicate with your parents. So yes, we learn body language very, very early on. And from that point on, we just become better at it.
Yeah, great point. And there's even studies that show, Alex, too, that like babies prefer to look at pictures of people and the people looking at them than inanimate objects, even if they're bright colors and things like that. So when you're in a video interview, I mean, I talked about this earlier, I'm not sure if you were on, but look at the camera. I mean, it's really hard. Like I'm pointing at the camera right now. When I look at the camera, Alex, it looks like I'm looking at you, right? As opposed to when I'm looking at you on screen, look at the difference there and the level of engagement. So, so tips on that.
Yep.
And anything to add here, Alex, for additional tips on video interviewing? I know a lot of people, they've never done a video interview before. So what should we be thinking about in getting prepared for that interview, or how can we make sure that it goes the best way possible?
Well, first of all, there are some technical things you must take care of. First of all, light. Light is very important. I have in front of me 3 lights because I have a window here, but I don't want to depend on that. The interview could be on a great day. The interview could be at night. Second, I elevated my camera like you, so it's at my eye level.
Eye level, right?
Third, I'm using earbuds. Why? Because I can control the quality. Some computers have inexpensive microphones. Some computers have very good microphones. You don't want to depend on that quality. I replaced it with this because I control it. Next, find a position on the screen that you look best. Because you see, if I move way back like this, my face is so tiny, it's like a size of a stamp on an envelope. If I come real close, then all you see is my face. And the last thing, I have a background here. Look, I will show you something, what I do.
Yeah.
I'm hanging it from the ceiling, you see?
I love it. That's a great tip.
Yeah. Because otherwise I have another computer, I have a desk, I have books, I have papers. I want to force you to look at me and only me. You see, Brenda, in your case, I want to focus on you. But inadvertently, my eye goes to the right shoulder. I don't know. There is a decorative piece. There's something in red or what. Oh, it must be an apple pie, right?
Yeah, it's my pie costume. So.
Okay, only now. But you see, my eye moves there inadvertently. The other end, there are some, I don't know, certificate, diploma, whatever on the wall. So instead of me looking at you, my eye goes there. Yeah. I am basically forcing you. There's nothing else you can look at, only at me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, intentional. And mine isn't, I mean, what we're talking about here is intentional background. And Alex is showing us this clarity technique where you're focusing only on him. And I mean, I'm not the star of the show here today. My guests are the star of the show. So I'm letting my background do a little bit of talking behind me here. And I've got my book over one shoulder, some diplomas. But I think the point there, Alex, is whatever it is, it's intentional. And if you don't want people to be looking at your kitchen, your bedroom, your living room during a job interview, I think that background is great. Did you purchase that on Amazon, or where did you get that from?
I got this at B&H Photo in New York City probably 5-6 years ago. Mm-hmm. It can fold itself. I hang it up every time I have a client or I do something like this. I put it in. I don't want to distract you, and I'll tell you why. People remember visually way longer than auditory. Mm-hmm. No question in my mind, Brenda, you and I can talk about a James Bond movie that we saw 18 years ago, 15 years ago.
Yep.
But if I ask you, Brenda, can you tell me verbatim 2 sentences of a person talking to you 2 days ago?
Right.
Probably you say, Alex, I cannot do that. So how come you can talk to me for 10 minutes about a James Bond movie that we saw well over a decade ago? Because our brain captures the visual aspect of what we saw on the James Bond movie and not exactly who said what when. Right. And when you bring that into the interview, and I'm a very experienced interviewer, if I have 5, 6, 7 resumes on my desk at the end of the process, which could easily take a month, mm-hmm. If I say, Brenda Meller, I don't even remember. Have I talked to her? That means you did not leave any impression on me, and that's very bad.
Well, that's good to know and good to remember. And I'm going to bring our next guest in just so we can do a quick little audio check. Hey, Joel, how are you doing today?
I am doing well. Honored to be here. I've been loving all of the wisdom that's been shared. So I'm super excited to be here with you guys.
Good. Hang out just for a second. I'll bring you back in here, and we're going to finish off with Alex here today. Alex, I just want to say thank you, sir, for your time today. I know we had some technical issues, but that's okay. We worked through them. And you know what? We've got a great slide deck. Are you able, or would it be okay if I shared that slide deck with folks that are watching here today?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. And I just want to give you the opportunity, Alex, for any final comments for the group, any resources you'd like to offer to job seekers, anything else you'd like to tell us?
Well, all I can say, look, I'm doing what I'm doing because I love helping people. I put my last slide with my phone number, with my email, with my website. I am a resource, and I want to help those that need it.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Alex. And thank you for making the time for us here on a Saturday. And I'm hoping you'll be able to go out into the live stream on LinkedIn to continue to help answer some questions for folks on any questions about video interviewing for today.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a great afternoon and enjoy the rest of your weekend.